Twitter, actually. There's been so much stuff on Twitter that I think is really entertaining right now. Mr. Rotella from This Is the NWA podcast just sent me a message saying, why aren't you streaming right now? There is a dog show on. And you could be having a lot of fun with that dog show. And it is on. We are just at commercial at the moment. But there is randomly a dog show on. I have no idea what it is or what it's about. But there is some kind of dog parade, some kind of Crufts. We have one called Crufts, which is like where they try to find the best dogs. So, no jokes. Yeah, no jokes. I'm sure you were all thinking of some jokes then. But yeah, we are just at commercial break. I don't know if you saw as well, there's so much to go through. Do you know, since we last streamed, which was just a few hours ago, there's been loads happen. So, as we said, This Is the NWA podcast, did a great podcast. I think they had a little bit of difficulty at first, so you might have to find 2 streams. Just go for the second one. They cover everything in the second one. But yeah, if you was watching that and it crashed, they did actually start it up again, and a lot of fun was had. The champ was there. Nick Aldis, the NWA champion, was in their stream. Very, very cool. As well as that, Thunder Rosa uploaded an interview with Question Mark, which was amazing. It was a really good video as well. We found out where Monrovia is. He made a big statement at the end of the video as well. He did some karate. He even looked down the camera and started singing to us again. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant video. It's not very long. I urge that you go and find that and check it out. The reason, though, hello to everyone, by the way. The reason why we're streaming this, why we're here now, is because tonight we have got WWE Backstage on the show. Stephanie McMahon, smiling grace, you never money man in your face, and then my money man, but a big mom, and the king bow down, and a bit in the ground. So we've got Steph on the show, and of course CM Punk, and I've got to be honest, I was real excited. I thought they were going to be in the same room at the same time. I even tweeted that out. I have deleted it now because I did see that this was recorded in that SoFi Stadium. Renee Young and Stephanie McMahon do a sit-down interview in that unfinished, unbuilt stadium. So they're just surrounded by rubble and builders, and kind of like here, really. And they are going to be talking, I think, about WrestleMania 37. And then I'm guessing back at the studio, you'll have CM Punk. So I was really hoping the two were going to be in the same room at the same time. I wanted her to come walking in and give him a big bag of cash, but I don't think that's going to happen. But still, it's going to be worth seeing what she's got to say. Obviously, a big announcement that WrestleMania 37 is going to be in Hollywood. So, yeah, lots still to explore with that. And in 6 minutes, 20 seconds, we are going to find out Best in Show. Right? 6 minutes, 20 seconds. They've just displayed it. Best in Show. So if you want to know what the best dog looks like, yeah, I don't know in what region, I don't know if it's this town, this state, in America, in the world, in the universe, I don't know what this freakish beauty pageant for dogs is all about, but if you want to find out what the best is, get onto FS1 right now, because we are just over 6 minutes away from finding out the best dog in the world. Days the Dog Show is in Madison Square Garden. What is going on? What do you mean it's in Madison Square Garden? Is this like the WrestleMania 1 of dog shows? Are we trying to find the next Bruno Sammartino? Oh, do a Best in Show video. Dude, we're doing it. You are living it. This is it. Like, this is a Best in Show video where, as we said, we're still... Settle your excitement down. We're still 6 minutes away. But we are going to be going back to the action. I got to be honest, this is what we've tuned in for. As soon as this is finished, we might just as well go. I'm sure that Steph's got a few things to say about WrestleMania, but this is where it's at. Right here. This is where it's at. WWF fears Punk. They no longer mention him on Backstage. That's true. All the graphics don't show CM Punk, which I do think is disappointing. I think it's because they don't want people getting too excited at the thought of CM Punk coming back if he's not coming back. So I think they showed him. The ratings did a little bump. And I don't know, perhaps they were hoping they could get a deal done. And maybe they've not been able to get that deal done. I really thought he'd be in the Rumble. When he came back, like to Fox and to WWE programming, I was quietly confident we were going to see him in the Rumble. So disappointing that it didn't pan out that way. Chris says, OMG, dog show. Yes, that's what we've got right now. Oh, here we go. Right, we're going back to the action. I say action. It's literally just a woman with the dog's head. There's a dog's bum on screen right now. Look at that. It's the Crockett Cup. They've got the Crockett Cup. The Crockett Cup is there. This is incredible scenes. Oh, another commercial break. I can't believe that. The NWA Crockett Cup was there, and they were all drinking out of that on the show today on the NWA. Little did they know that dogs had been peeing up against it and everything. They were putting beer in. There might have been a little pup in there. Doesn't bear thinking about. Punk wants to be back. They won't reach out, and he's not the kind of guy to pick up the phone first. Wow, look, it's absolute madness if they're not reaching out. If they're not reaching out to CM Punk, I can't get my head around it. They're not a company that tend to keep hold of grudges, and you would have thought enough water would have gone under the bridge by now. Like, I know there was a lot of stuff said, and there was a court case and everything, but man, if there's money to be made, Vince McMahon has always attempted to make it, and there is money to be made. I don't know, maybe we're getting closer. NWA was awesome. Days, that photo behind you is too skinny. Photo behind you is too skinny. What do you mean by that? It's a piece of art. It's a piece of art that I've put up on the wall. So I don't know what you mean by it being too skinny. It's a wonderful piece. It's a wonderful piece. Right, they're really teasing us here. Just more adverts. Days, shout out to LSW. Hope you are well. Days, do you think Christian will return? And if so, when? I think he could. I don't think he's going to be back in the ring. We've been talking about this quite a bit. A lot of people want to see Christian coming back. But I don't think he can compete anymore. That's what the chat was saying. So, yeah, I'm under the impression that he can't compete. So, will he do a little talking segment with Randy Orton like Matt Hardy did yesterday? I think he could. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I heard a rumour that all the losers have to eat dog food. Dog food, yeah. You're right, actually. This might not be a dog show. This just might be a continuation of the King Corbin-Roman Reigns feud. You're absolutely right. That might be what we're watching. It makes perfect sense, actually, to have this just before WWE right now, doesn't it? Right, we've got some wonderful specimens. Look at these. By the time you actually see one you want to talk about, they're already off screen. You should have a picture of Camille behind you. I'm not sure if that would make a great deal of sense during a WWE Backstage stream. But nothing but love for Camille. I saw that Joe Galley had sent a message out saying that, yes, he flinched when Camille went to slap him. I just replied saying, Joe, we would all flinch. Like, don't worry about it. You're lucky to be alive. Right, guys, here we go. This is what we've tuned in for. Best in show. Right, let's change this. This isn't why we're here. We're not here for WWE Backstage. I like the camera work here. I feel like I'm a dog. Are you watching this? The way the cameras just come into Madison Square Garden, it's quite low. And, like, everyone's looking down at you. I feel like I'm the dog. Maybe I'm Best in Show. I think I might have just won Best in Show. Best in Show. Here we go. Oh, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. got dramatic. Look, you hear the dramatic music as well. This is Fat Boy Slim right here, right now, right here, right now. Yeah, I'm getting pumped. Getting pumped for Best in Show. Right here, right now. This is, I can't believe this is Madison Square Garden. Look at that sexy boy. Go on, Bruno. Out he goes, look. Crowd are going crazy. Yeah. That's spurring him on, that is. They're going mental for him. He hasn't even got a full tail. Look, he's only got a little. Do you know what I mean? Tell you what, he is loving it. He wins. Is my winner. Is the best I've seen so far. Oh, look at this. Judy. Judy's here. And, that woman's struggling to keep up, isn't she? She's like, ah. This is wonderful. Another great Madison Square Garden losing their minds right now. Oh, this is so good. So good. Go on, Judy. Look at, can we all see the straightness of the tail? Can you see that? It's just absolutely straight. The back going straight into the tail. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, whoa, look at this Black Beauty. We got Black Beauty coming out. Oh, look at that. It's Melina. If you was watching NWA earlier, we've got Melina here. Woo! Go on, Melina. I tell you, that woman's doing well. She's having to take long strides, isn't she? Look at the strides. That's the honestly. That is just doing that walk has knackered that woman out. Whoa, look at this. She looks like she's got a fur coat on. This one, this little one here. Feel free to name them. Get them across. EC Dub, EC Dub, EC Dub. Yes. Oh, that's Husky. Harry Husky. Husky Harry. It's Husky Harry. Husky Harry. Not Husky Harris. Husky Harry. Husky Harry's here and he's got he's not really a husky. He's just got the fur of a husky. He's wearing the fur of a husky. Hound Group. What is the name? Number 19. That's his name. His name's number 19. What's the name? I'm going to call it William. I'm going to call it William. William's here. He looks like a William. He walks like a William. That's how Williams walk. Beautiful. Lovely lines. Great. I mean, so graceful. So graceful. Just kind of like floating along the ground. Absolutely wonderful. Love that one. I don't know who's winning this, you know. I don't know which way this is going. I think they're all winners in their own categories. So they're all winners. They're all winners. But we're trying to find Best in Show. We're trying to find the Biss. Oh, look at Scotty. Scotty's here. Look at Scotty. Go on, Scotty. Whoa, he's got the old whiskers down here. Ooh, he looks like me. He looks like me. We've got... Oh, I love that. Look at him. That's my winner. I got you. I got you, bro. Oh, look at that. It's Rotella, that is. That's Adam. Look at his mustache. That is definitely the Adam Rotella dog. And so this must be Gary Horn. If you are an NWA podcast follower. Here's Gary. Gary on the way out now. I swear to God, that looks like a walk-in wig. This one right now looks like a hair piece that's got legs. It's just hair. You could put that on. Look at his face. Oh, I love it. Oh, I've fallen in love with Gary. I think I like Scotty. This is so hard. So hard. Get your votes in as to which way you want this to go. Beautiful. Beautiful. What a lineup. Oh, is that all of them? Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know. Get your votes in. I'm leaning towards the Scotty dog, the one that looks like Adam Rotella with the beard. Oh, Mr. Robert H. Slay, best in show judge. He wins. He's my winner. Give it. He should award it to himself. Robert H. Slay. Well, that's an interesting fact. He purchased his first German I can't even say the word. German Shepherd in 1969. That was his first. He's had 27 since then. I don't know if that's true. What makes him king of the dogs? Anyway, what just because he bought a German Shepherd in 1969, he's now king of the dogs? Robert H. Slay. You better give this to Scotty. You better give this to Scotty. Otherwise, he can do one. Yeah? Here we go. Oh, God, the pressure here. He's going to have a good look, isn't he? He's going to have a good look at them. How do you compare them? How do you compare them? This is like comparing a cheesecake to crackers. They're all, do you know what I mean? They've all got their own strengths. They've all got their own weaknesses. Bradley says, Days, have you tried the WWE ice cream bars? We don't have them in the UK, I don't think. He just had a good look at Melina. He had a good look at Melina. He's walking up. I can't go. Which way is he going to go? Which way is he going to go? He's got the ribbon on himself. I think he's giving it to himself. So, oh, give it Scotty. Give it Scotty. He hasn't gone to Scotty yet. He's having a good look. There's Scotty. There, he's in front of Scotty now. They're all winners. I'm not going to hate whoever gets it, but come on. Come on. We can all see who's won this. Yeah, you don't need to be into dogs to know which way this is going to go. Which way is it going to go? Which way is it going to go? He's going back to the middle. Oh, my God. This is so tense. This is so tense. I think, what's he doing now? Oh, my God. He's making them parade. He's making them parade. He's making them walk around. Desperately trying to keep up the woman in pink. There's Melina doing her thing. Oh, Husky Harry. There's William. Looking gracious. He really does glide. There's Scotty. Come on, Scotty. Come on, son. And there's Gary Horn. Little Gary Horn at the end. Oh, come on, mate. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Jesus, I'm going to this event next year. I'm going to be there next year. Oh, the boxer. Wilma. What's happening? What's he doing to it now? He's trying to check the teeth. I think he's checking out the teeth. Okay. This is tense. This is tense. They said 6 minutes we would find out. She gets given a treat. What does this mean? Has she won? No. Oh, he's making her walk all the way down and back again. What does he need to see? What is it? What does he need to see that he hasn't already seen? I don't understand. Athleticism. He's looking for athleticism. Oh, so tense. So tense right now. Shout out Sandman. Day's going mental. Well, I think we're all going mental right now. We've all got our favourites. And only one can be crowned best in show for 2020. He's having a real good look here at the boxer. He's having a real good look. Turns out the boxer's called Wilma. So he's having a real good look at Wilma. We don't know exactly what he's checking for. I'd like to see a little bit more of the dialogue. Oh, he's having a good stroke of the coat there. That is a beautiful dog. That is a beautiful dog. I mean, I feel like that woman in the pink dress deserves an award because she really has to. She has to have a big stride to keep up with the dog. The woman has got great athleticism. Out of everyone that's got athleticism, I'd be giving the award to that woman. the ball. Look at the dog. The dog is absolutely mesmerised by that ball. My dog wouldn't care about a ball. Unless it's made out of chicken, it's not bothered. Right, I think he's seen everything he needs to see there. He didn't spend that long with that dog. I don't know. Oh, he's spending a little bit longer. We're still going. Still going. I'm telling you right now, we got 10 minutes. And there's a good chance that Backstage is going to be delayed. But if you're going to delay Backstage, I'm sorry. This is what you're delaying it for. We should get this before. Oh, there's Melina. Have you ever seen a creature like that? Look at that. It's got one eyebrow. I swear to God, it's got one eyebrow. Just straight the way across. Do you think it feels like an idiot, that dog? Do you think that Melina dog in black is just like, oh, just kill me. Just kill me. He's having a good look at the tail. And surely, I don't understand. The back legs have got to be cold, haven't they? Why has it got fur at the front and not at the back? What's that about? Surely the coat is there to keep them warm. How is it right that half of it is missing? I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get this Melina dog. Is it sexy? Yeah, sure. Of course it is. But I don't get it. Don't get it. Each to our own. Each to our own. Husker says this is amazing. This is amazing. This dog is amazing. I love its little wristbands that it's got on as well. You know, like it's John Cena's You Can't See Me wristbands that it's wearing. This little black dog, which we've called Melina. This is, here's Husky Harry, which its actual name is Conrad. So, you know, probably not as good as what we called it, but still, Husky Harry. He's got a naturally reserved attitude to strangers. What? And how does it feel about politics? I don't understand. I don't understand. Let's ask it. How does it feel about the Middle East? I don't know. Okay. Amazing. That was it. The way he carried it then was really weird. It was just perfectly still, and then the second it put it down, it was like off. There's people screaming in the crowd right now. There's people actually screaming at this dog. That's got a lovely look on its face. Madison Square Garden has never seen scenes like this. Kind of taking him off. He wasn't really coming back in a straight line there. Not sure if that's going to affect Conrad's stand-ins. We are getting closer to Scotty. Bear with us. I know you're here for wrestling, but we've stumbled across something so much better. And I do not say that lightly. I am a big wrestling fan, but what we're experiencing here is magic. This is absolute magic. FS1. Giving us the real deal. Look at it. Look at his little face. Tongue sticking out. I love Husky Harry. I'm waiting for Scotty, though. Scotty's my boy. Right, Husky Harry, I think, has done his turn, has he? We've moved on. Bourbon. This one's called Bourbon. That's pretty cool. Why is everyone saying Husky Harry? Husky Harris. Who's Husky Harris? I'm not messing around with Husky Harris. It's Husky Harry, that dog. It says on it a Bray dog. It's not going to morph into the Fiend. It's loving that treat. Dogs are the best. Dogs are the best. This is magic. It is magic. Is this the New Hampshire caucus? Oh, a little bit of politics sneaking in. She's got a lovely dress on, that woman. I didn't give her the credit that she deserved. Wonderful dress. She knows this is a big deal. I've said before. Oh, do you know the brother of Bourbon is called Whiskey? How amazing is that? I mean, that does suggest that this woman that's in this lovely dress is probably an alcoholic. I'd like to think that she's got other pets called, like, White Claw and tequila. Right, guys, I don't want to freak you out, but on the plinth right now, getting ready. Next up, Scotty. Scotty is next. The Rotella dog with the moustache. Coming up next. Very, very excited. A lot of excitement. Here it is. It's called Vinny. Its real name is Vinny. It's a fox terrier. It likes to terrorize foxes. So Alicia needs to be very careful here. Look at that dog. Look at that moustache. The Adam Rotella. This is my winner. This right now, if you are watching FS1 right now, that is your winner. He's got it. How does he handle the stress? Look at how he's handling the stress. This is a walk in the park. Yeah? Come on, baby. Come on, Bella. The Rotella it is. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, look at the little tail as well. I don't know if you've noticed, but it kind of arches in towards the body. Which, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I'm going to say it's a good thing. The crowd seem to like it. The crowd seem to like it. I tell you what, this is a more vocal crowd than what we've seen on Raw or SmackDown in quite a while. Little treat. I don't know if the Dog King is going to be impressed or not. It's hard to tell. He's not giving anything away. Oh, look at him. See his little back legs. He's trying to keep... Oh. And there's Gary. Gary. Real name. Bono. Bono's here. Have an ease. What a name. Have an ease. Just have an ease, would you? Long double coat. This is tense. We've got 4 minutes left, guys. 4 minutes till we're at WWE Backstage. And there is literally nothing on that show that's going to match this. Great little watchdogs. You can wear them on your wrist. Wonderful little watchdogs. What's that? What's the time? Oh, 2:30. Thank you. Here we go. Putting him down. Her down. Bono down. That'd be a different band, wouldn't it, if U2 had that as its lead singer? Look at it. Look at it move. It's like a mop. It's like a mop. It's like a chamois thing that you would clean the floor with. I bet she does clean the floor with it. Absolutely wonderful. It's a beautiful dog. It is a beautiful dog. They're all beautiful dogs. I wish they could all win. I really do. But the Dog King, the Dog God, which, if you think about it, dog is God backwards. Dog God. Dog God, yeah. He's got a very tough decision to make. Very, very tough decision. I love Bono. I do. I like Bono, but I think it's Vinny. I think it's Vinny, a.k.a. Adam Rotella. Right, here we go. You've done everything, mate. Yeah? You've done absolutely everything. Apart from taking them out for dinner on a date, I don't know what more you can do. You've watched them run. You've given them a stroke. Yeah? You've spoke to the owners. You've asked it political questions. I don't know what else you want, Dog God. Oh, the commentators are nervous. They're saying they're glad they do not have this responsibility. It's a huge responsibility right now. Which way is he gonna... Oh, he's walked past. Oh, God. He wants them to go round again. Is that the winner? The boxer's being told to go round again. The working group winner. The working group winner. There we go. Best of the working class. That dog. Next up, we've got the woman in the pink dress. This is so tense. They've been milking this out for about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes it's been going now. Come on, mate. Come on. Just do it. The herding group winner is Husky Harry. There's William, a.k.a. the Hound group winner, a.k.a. Bourbon. Because we all know she likes a drink. Yeah. Old Sherry Sandy. But come on, just get to it, dude. Yes, there's my winner. Vinny. Come on, Vinny. The Terrier Group winner. Come on, mate. Do it. Whatever it is you've got to do, just do it. Bribe him. Bribe him if you've got to. The toy group. There's a toy group. A toy group. That's a toy. Unbelievable. It looks super realistic. Toy group winner. Right, here we go. Come on, dog god. Come on, dog god. Just point at one. Vinny. I've got a horrible feeling he's going to get this wrong. He's walking away. I'd love it if he goes, I don't know. Imagine if he goes there and goes, I don't know. I've made him run. I've spoke to him. I've given him a stroke. They're just... So he's looking at the time. He's like, oh, backstage is coming on now. Oh my God, this is so tense. Whoo. Could you imagine if Royal Rumbles were decided this way? Just all the wrestlers come out and they just parade around Vince McMahon. Vince like strokes them and gets them to run up and down. And because Rumble matches are about 40 odd minutes now. I feel like that's how long this has gone on for. Oh. Right, he's got a big rosette. Here we go. Here we go. If the Golden Retriever wins, the roof's going to come off. That's not who I want. I want the Terrier. Why is the roof going to come off for the Golden Retriever? What did the Golden Retriever do? Did it save Timmy down the well? What's it done? I don't understand. Okay. Jesus. He says we're going to take a moment. Yeah. They are. Can we just get a round of applause for the 7 dogs? Yes. We've thanked the dogs. We've thanked the owners. We've thanked the breeders. Yeah. I'm sweating. I'm actually sweating. God. I need that watchdog. Does anyone think Rey Mysterio's daughter will be in wrestling? How are you even thinking about that right now? We're about to find out the winner of Best in Show. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Whoo! Which way is it going? Which way is it going? Oh. Is the feed frozen? What's happening? I think the feed just froze. No! You can't freeze now! You can't freeze now! Ah! It's just froze! It literally just froze! I'm just sat here and I don't know who's won! Oh, I bet when this comes back on, it's going to go to WWE Backstage, isn't it? What do? Do I refresh it? I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm going to refresh it. I don't know which one won. Hang on. He's probably still thanking people. Who takes it all? Melina! Did Melina get it? Oh! What an idiot. What an absolute idiot. He's giving it Melina. Well, of course the poodle stood out. Of course look at it. Look at it. Look what they've done to it. Of course it stood out. Don't know which one you was rooting for at home, but the poodle stood out. course it did. Ah, well, look, she's got the Crockett Cup. They're human-like. The woman just said they're human-like. That woman needs help. It is a beautiful dog, but I feel so bad for Scotty. That's only one because of its clothes. It's only one because of what it's wearing. It's got one eyebrow. How did it win? Manscaped won. Unbelievable. Well, there we go. We're 5 minutes late going to WWE Backstage, but what drama. I'm not going to lie. I mean, look, this is what happens in sport. Sometimes your team just doesn't win, you know? I know how the 49ers feel now. All those 49ers fans after the Super Bowl. I'm feeling that level. I'm feeling that pain. I'm feeling that pain. I suppose the saving grace is that it's a dog, and it's not going to feel pain. It's not well, it will feel pain, but not emotional pain. Having not won, it's not going to know. It's not going to know. But I think it was close. I really think that Scotty, a.k.a. Adam Rotella, was right up there. That was right up there. Oh, gutted. Genuinely gutted. Genuinely gutted. Can we find... Oh, I just don't know. I just don't even want to do it. I don't want to carry on. I just don't want to carry on. Terrier. Let's have a look. Here we go. Look, Terrier. Terrier breeds. Oh, it was a beautiful dog. It was a beautiful dog. I mean, I've got... Do you know what? I've just Googled Terrier dogs, and this is going to sound weird, but none of them are as attractive as the one I just saw. None of them. It's not until you actually compare what we've just seen to other dogs that you realise just how much better those dogs were. All these dogs I'm seeing now are just horrific. Just absolutely horrific. We've seen special stuff. We've seen special stuff. Here we go. Look, there's my winner. There's my winner. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm going to get rid of the McMahons. Get rid of the old McMahons. Don't need them in the picture. Let's see if we can switch this over. There we go. Legend. What a legend. There he is, look. The Rotella dog. What a legend. Oh, well, I'll see you there next year. Yeah, Westminster 2021, Madison Square Garden. Imagine going there. Imagine going to Madison Square... Oh, I'm off to Madison Square Garden. Oh, yeah, what you seeing? Billy Joel. He does a lot of shows there. No, I'm not seeing Billy Joel. Meeting up with a few mates. Going to get absolutely smashed. Going to have a few beers. Going to get absolutely wasted. It's the 2020 Dog Show. Woo! In fairness, I would be in the crowd like, Scotty! 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 Take the t-shirt off. Woo! Look at this. We've got a woman we're going to interview. Melina. Oh, let's speak to the purple woman. Yeah. What did we see? What did they see? She couldn't speak for the dog. She's beautiful. She's got that special something. I think that's what he saw. She hasn't got a clue. She hasn't got a clue. I don't want to say this out loud on a stream, but I'm going to say it. I think that woman in purple is having an affair with the dog god. That's what I think has happened. I think that she has been meeting up for a series of rendezvous with the dog god. I can't prove it. I'm just telling you what my thoughts are, because right now she's saying she's got this special summer, and I think that's what he saw. No, what he's been seeing is you, love. He's been seeing you every Wednesday down at Papa John's, yeah? And he's been having more than pizza. That's all I'm going to say. He's been having more than pizza. I hate to say that. I hate to make those accusations. I really do. I really do. I hate to, you know, smudge the good name, blemish the good name of the Westminster Dog Show. Someone's got to. Someone's got to stand up to this corruption. Someone's got to drain the swamp. Yeah? Days, it's rigged. The poodle always wins. It's like Vince McMahon and blondes. You've called it, mate. You've absolutely called it. You've absolutely called it. I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved somehow. Daisy, are you watching a dog collar match? Well, do you know what? I don't think that he... it got to the point where he'd done everything. That it might have actually led to it. Perhaps that's... If there's two dogs and they can't decide, perhaps it is a dog collar match. They don't fight. They literally just compare their collars. Just go, I think I prefer this one, so that dog wins. Because it would be cruel to make them fight. That's not happening. But that's what a dog collar match is in the world of the Westminster Madison Square Garden realm. Oh, I can't believe it, man. It's, if that was on every week, we would be lapping it up. All of this for a Stephanie Hall of Fame surprise announcement. Is there going to be... What, you think there'll be an announcement? I'm not even expecting that. I'm not expecting that. I think she's just going to be talking about WrestleMania. Coming up, the Queen joins us. Or is that the Queen joins the US? Is she not a US citizen? What's happening? The Queen, Charlotte Flair, joins the US. Look, we're going back again? Why we've gone back again? I thought we were done. That is pretty sweet, though, isn't it? She just bopped it on the nose and it went... In fairness, that's pretty cool. That's a very clever poodle. Look at it, it's getting groomed. Well, I think this is the post show. I think we're at the post show now. You can see the arena emptying out. So shock victory for Melina here. We're just going over to the commentators just to get their thoughts. So apparently her mother was very good with poodles. Tough. What was the decision? Yeah. She gave nothing away. She gave nothing away. That poodle gave nothing away. You couldn't fault the poodle. I don't know how you could fault the other dogs. I'm not sure what Scotty gave away. Yeah? This is so corrupt. This is so corrupt. You're talking a load of rubbish. You are talking a load of rubbish. Yeah, the poodle didn't give anything away. Well, what did Scotty give away? Huh? Oh, now they're all beautiful. The splitting hair moments. Like what? Give me some details. It's waffle? They're just talking waffle? That was the 144th time they've done that. And it's the first time I'm seeing it. There's moments in your life where you'll stumble across something and it will be so amazing. You'll think to yourself, my life has been a sham. My life has been a sham. Like, I have so far managed to go through my 18 years of being on this planet. And I've not come across that before. And I just don't think that I don't think I was really living my best life until today. Well, there we go. It's done. It's done. So if you did join the stream for the Best in Show, the Westminster Dog Show, I'm sure you gutted. I'm sure you gutted like me. We move on. We regroup. You know, it all came down to those splitting hairs. It all came down to the fact that the poodle gave nothing away. Yeah? That's what it came down to. I mean, literally no one knows what it means. Even the woman that trains the dog was like, oh, she's just got this special something. No. No, you're having an affair, love. You're having an affair with the dog god. Clear to see. He's smitten like a kitten. I'd rather have the golden retriever win than the poodle. Monica King, it's a great... Yeah, I would have gone that way. I would have gone that way. I will admit, though, when they bopped it on the nose and it went... That was pretty cool. But she didn't do that until after she had won. So you can't really factor that into the judging. They said, didn't they say that that place was going to go crazy if the golden retriever won? If the golden retriever was going to win, that place was going to lose its mind. I genuinely feel like Madison Square Garden has gone home angry tonight. I don't want to say there's going to be riots in New York. I don't think it'll get to that level. But I think there'll be questions. I do think there'll be questions. And I think there should be questions. Because that was just... I don't know what they saw. I mean, those judges are as bad as the judges we had at UFC the other day. A lot of anger in the John Jones, Dominic Reyes fight and the way that went. And I honestly think this might have been the same judges. Sham. 18 in dog years. WWE are cowards. Yeah. Stephanie isn't even in the studio. Yeah, I know. I saw that before we went live. Right, we've got to move on. Never forget, yeah? Never forget. Right, WWE Backstage. Dum, bum, 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 bum. CM Punk is wearing red trainers. Breaking news. So, Booker saying he had a great weekend. So, we've got no Christian, we've got Paige, we've got Punk, we've got... Oh. Punk talking about the XFL. Lovely David Bowie shirt that Paige has got on. She looks really cool. She's not in the intro. Okay, well, there we go. We've gone from a gripping dog show to now people arguing about the fact they're not in the intro. Right. We learned who's next for Goldberg. And I know that's a big talking subject. Is Goldberg going to win? I don't think so. I really don't think so. They said a week ago that the plan was still going to be Roman versus Fiend. That is still the championship match that Vince wants to do. Yes, Vince can wake up at any time and change his mind. But all I can tell you is what we're seeing on the rumor sites and what's being discussed. And what's been discussed all along is Fiend versus Roman. Could change. But I'm expecting the Fiend to win. There's been a lot of build to this as well about, you know, the Fiend not feeling pain and the Fiend can be beaten, but we're not sure how. And Seth couldn't find a way of doing it, and Daniel couldn't find a way of doing it. I don't think Goldberg having one match against the Fiend, I don't think he's going to find that way. But I do understand the concern, because equally, Goldberg winning and going to WrestleMania to face Roman does make a lot of sense. The bite. Another controversial moment. We've had quite the weekend when you think about it. Goldberg on Friday. Shayna on Monday. Let's see what they've got to say about the bite. How is the Fiend going to change Goldberg? It's a good question. So Booker T says it caught him off guard. I miss Paige in the ring. Yeah, I miss Paige in the ring. The poodle was a fiendling in disguise. Was it meant to feel like a vampire move? Yeah. I like what Paige is saying. She's saying she got the Mike Tyson vibe. Yeah, I'm not against it. CM Punk says she's got the legitimate background, and so you base everything off that. So CM Punk saying he wouldn't have gone that way. It definitely has split the wrestling community. Really has split people. I've been doing Becky's accent all day. Will you be at WrestleMania? Sadly not, my friend. Sadly not. Not unless it's going to come from Telford in the UK, which would be very handy for me. They do have an international conference centre, which I think can hold roughly about 2,000 people. So it would be one of the smaller WrestleManias, but never say never. CM Punk says there's too many pay-per-views. One a month. Okay. So, panel are split on it. And now we're moving on to Randy Orton and Matt Hardy. And, of course, that's another big talking subject, isn't it? You know, is Matt Hardy done? I think the fact that Matt Hardy keeps sending these messages out, and now we're even getting Evil Uno coming out saying, you say goodbye, I say hello. And I think Matt Hardy even liked that tweet. And there's quite a few teases. I think that there was teases about the Young Bucks in the Free the Delete video. And I don't know if it's all becoming a bit too obvious. Everything that's happening seems to suggest that Matt's going to AEW. But he can't. Surely he can't. If he's going, he'd make it a surprise. Surely he wouldn't make it this obvious. I'm wondering if he's either going to re-sign with WWE, or if he's going to go to NWA or Impact. I don't know. I can't quite tell what he's doing. It is quite interesting. So CM Punk's on board with this Randy Orton Edge story. It's a work. Matt is playing people by making them play themselves. I mean, that must be quite difficult for Paige to watch, because obviously she's out and she'd love to be back in the ring, and there's Edge coming back and now he's getting smashed with a chair and written off TV for a bit. And is Matt Hardy broken? Matt Hardy is going to team up with CM Poodle. CM Poodle? Oh, is that what you guys came up with? CM Poodle. That is great, BD Call. CM Poodle. CM Poodle won the best in show. That is very good. That is very good. Oh, Charlotte next. Breaking news. John Cena is going to be on SmackDown on Friday the 28th. John Cena, yeah, returns to WWE. So we have had a little bit of breaking news. John Cena returns at the end of the month. Isn't that like, that's the day after Super Showdown? So Super Showdown's on the 27th, and we are live streaming that, of course. So that's the 27th, and that's a Thursday. So that's the Thursday. On the Friday, John Cena returns to SmackDown. So SmackDown just got that little bit bigger, little bit tastier. Very interesting that John's on the show. Now, is that to push a story along, or is that for John to actually set up a WrestleMania match of his own? I wonder why he's on the show. Ooh. Eric says, Days, Scotty got robbed. I know, mate. I know, buddy. I know. Feel free. I don't know if they've got a Twitter, but feel free to tweet them. Send him a tweet. I don't know if the Westminster Dog Show have got a Twitter account. I would imagine they do. If you are that upset about it, feel free to let them know. Maybe they'll look into the judging and the scoring, and I'm not saying there'll be a recount or a double check or anything like that. I think that ship has sailed, but yeah, you haven't got to sit in silence. You haven't got to sit in silence. It's better that you do talk about these things. So, just saying, the option's there. Yeah. The pay-per-view is on a Thursday. It is because it's coming from Saudi Arabia. And for some reason, they always happen on like a Thursday. They don't tend to do them on a weekend. I don't know if that's like for religious reasons. Perhaps like you can't do it on a Sunday. You're not allowed to work on a Sunday or something like that. I'm not sure. Undertaker versus Cena again. Days, I think they're going to be there to promote Fast and Furious 9. Oh, yes. Cena's in that, isn't he? He's in the Fast and Furious franchise now. Question is, will Fiend have the title, or will this be his Mania match after he lost the title? What, Cena versus Fiend? Well, look, I gotta be honest. If he drops the title to Goldberg, yes, I do think it's too soon, and yes, people are gonna hate it. But will it then open up the door for a match, a different match, him versus a legend? I said on the stream the other day, if it results in Fiend versus Undertaker at WrestleMania, which is a match you probably wouldn't want to make for the Universal Championship, like, it would be hard to give Undertaker that opportunity. I know he's a legend, but he's been away for a long time. There'd be a lot of people unhappy at the fact he just walks in and gets a Universal title shot. So it would be very difficult to book that match. So maybe you have to take the belt off Bray so that you can get to Fiend versus Undertaker. But I don't want to be panicking people because I don't think they're going that way. But then saying that, I thought they should have given the award to Scotty, and it went to CM Poodle. So Daniel Bryan is going to turn heel on Cena. Days, February 28th is my nephew's birthday. Happy birthday to famous KJ Carter's nephew. Happy birthday to you. NXT pay-per-view this Sunday. Yes, I do have a little drama with that, and my little drama is that it might be on at the same time as UFC, and I'm really into both shows. Like, I would be leaning towards NXT. I think what I'd have to try and do is maybe even watch them both at the same time, which I think would be very, very tricky. Very tricky. Because they're not really the same audiences, but, well, I don't know. Right, I think we're moving on, and I think we're moving on to Charlotte Flair. Here we go. Royal Rumble winner. Charlotte Flair in the studio, which is more than can be said for Stephanie McMahon. Dun 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 dun. Days, if we get a new streaming service, New York Mania, they could take the title off Fiend. How are those connected, bud? If we get a new streaming service, NY Mania, I don't know what that is. NY, new streaming service, NY Mania, they could take the title off Fiend. Streaming service in the new year? I don't know. I don't know if they're connected. I don't know if a new streaming service would make a difference, to be honest. The Fiend wouldn't change Goldberg. Maybe he would take something from him like he did with Mick Foley and the Mandible Claw. That's a good point. Okay, we got Charlotte here. So they're talking to her about the fact she went back to NXT and what was it like going back? 300 people intimidate me. I suppose it is quite intimate, isn't it, being inside Full Sail? I suppose it is a very different experience to being inside an arena. So I can understand that. And it's not... she says that the locker rooms aren't where they used to be. She needed a ticket for catering? Oh, they can't believe it. Well, how many times is she going to catering? Why is she constantly going to catering? Is she going to have one meal and then she's got another ticket to go back and she's like, this will be for Andrade? And she's putting it into like a doggy bag, a Scotty bag, and a CM Poodle bag. And she's putting that in a bag. Like, how many times does she want to go to catering? You've been to catering once. That's probably why they introduced the ticket scheme. They probably brought tickets in because there's people going back multiple times. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem, Charlotte. Yeah? Can't keep going to catering every 5 seconds. Bianca Belair. Charlotte says that Bianca Belair should be called up. She's a big fan of Bianca. You can't teach the it factor. She was great in the Rumble as well, wasn't she, Bianca? Oozes confidence. Shout out to Christian Barron. Tickets for food? I know. Madness. I'm looking forward to the Charlotte match. UFC is Saturday. Yeah, I know. If we get a new streaming service before Mania, Vince will want a bigger title match. I'm not sure, but I think The Fiend versus Roman is pretty big. I'm not sure if... I don't know if Goldberg Roman is bigger than Fiend Roman. Is it bigger? This is quite interesting. Like, Charlotte really saying that she's still nervous. She says she can have the same match for 4 months and she still feels those nerves like 5 minutes before she goes out. It's very interesting. She says that she always wants to feel nervous because it means that she cares. Okay, they're doing some kind of dance now. Days, I really think he's there to promote Fast and Furious 9. Yeah, you could be right, buddy. Robert Roode seemed a strange choice for the Elimination Chamber match. It might have been a swerve. Could that spot be for Cena? Yes, it could. You're absolutely right. That's a really interesting thought. You know, they could be displaying that graphic with the intention of something happening to one of the participants. I don't know. It depends what his schedule's like. Can he do Elimination Chamber? Can he then I'm guessing he's going to be free for Mania. I'd imagine that he'd always try and keep that free anyway, but is his schedule going to allow him to be free for Elimination Chamber? How much have they known about this in advance? This isn't the kind of thing you can throw together like last minute, you know? Don't know. It's all interesting stuff. It's certainly an interesting announcement that John Cena's going to be on WWE Backstage, WWE SmackDown on February 28th. Favorite album? What's the question? What's it like working with Ronda? She says it's not what she learnt from Ronda, but it's what she needed to prove to herself. Yeah, it's a really good point because it was Becky Ronda, and then of course Nia Jax busted Becky's nose, and so they had to like parachute Charlotte in to kind of take Becky's place. You might remember that lineup, and Becky chose who she wanted to replace, and amazingly she chose Charlotte, which was a little strange because the two were like in a deep feud at the time, but she picked her, and you know, Charlotte saying that she didn't necessarily learn a lot from Ronda, like in-ring wrestling wise, but it meant that she could kind of prove to herself that she was able to go in last minute. She was a legitimate athlete. It's interesting. It's interesting stuff. I really do like WWE Backstage. I do think there's a lot of like interesting conversations that they have. It's just it's an awful time, isn't it? The ratings aren't brilliant because, I mean, right now it's about, 11:30? Everyone's going to be exhausted from the dog show. How many people are going to be able to stick around and watch this? Booker T says it's called being a ring general. John Cena has said multiple times he's got nothing to do until the end of the year. Okay. I find that hard to believe. I find that hard to believe that he's not got anything to do till the end of the year. He's a player in Hollywood. He's got a Fast and Furious film to promote, for starters. Charlotte says, if you look at my pay-per-view matches from last year, you can see I got into a groove. She has had some good matches. She has. CM Punk says the Pinnacle is giving back. This trash phone isn't letting me do super chats again. It's always everything, man. Well, no worries. Shout out, Jesse. I like how questions come off as shoot and real here on Backstage. Yeah, it's really interesting. You really feel like you're kind of seeing the real people. Like, Charlotte's not sat there like making out she's the queen. She's going to destroy Bianca Belair. It's like, who do you like down in NXT? I've always been a fan of Bianca Belair, and she's like putting Belair over. She's talking about how she's nervous, questioning, is she really the queen? How intimidating it was being back at Full Sail and performing in front of 300 people. She does come across as more vulnerable than what I thought. She says people think that it's easier when your dad, is Ric Flair. She is so open and down to earth. It's cool. I think she's coming across really well. She's coming across like a face. Not that it matters, because I do think this is separate to, obviously, her on-screen character. Oh, relationships got mentioned. How's Andrade? That's what I would ask. How's Andrade? Is he still on the drugs? Yeah. They're talking about The Rock's daughter now. She's only 18, The Rock's daughter. We said this on the stream the other day. She's so young that I think people are under the impression that we're going to be seeing her very, very soon. I don't think you see her for a few years. If you look at how long it takes for them to teach them the basics, there's people that have been signed to the Performance Center for years that we haven't seen. Jordan O'McBean, the 7 foot tall guy that every single time there's a Royal Rumble, we're like, Jordan O'McBean, Jordan O'McBean, Jordan O'McBean. He's 7 foot tall. He's an absolute freak. He's like the second tallest person they've ever had. You would think they'd want to get him out there as quick as possible. He is a statement. And he's been in the Performance Center years. I think 2018. A year and a half, and we've not seen him. He's done a few house shows. So, I'm not expecting to see her for quite a while. Charlotte says she can no longer rent a car with National because of something that happened. Wow. Could we get Lars versus Cena? I don't think so. I don't know where Lars sits on the pecking order anymore. They're showing a picture of a car and people driving, and it's all a little bit random. I miss Scotty. I really do. I miss Scotty. Coming up, WrestleMania returns to Hollywood. Right. We are going to a commercial break. That was quite a long segment. That really felt like that interview went on for quite a while, so fair play. Who is Wrestling Days' mom and dad? Well, surely the people know. Is there any update on Lars? Don't believe so. I've not seen anything on Lars. It's a really good question. Let me Google it actually and just see if there's been any. I mean, to be honest, you've always got to be careful when you Google Lars Sullivan. It's something you have to do and be very careful about. 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago is the last thing. Vince McMahon apparently wanted Lars Sullivan to face Brock Lesnar. It was reported that WWE were going to go all the way with Sullivan. But now he's on the shelf due to an injury. This is the guy that Vince wanted to get ready for Brock. Lars is still undergoing rehabilitation for his knee injury. This was as of 2 weeks ago. There's a chance he could return in the summer. It all depends on Vince McMahon. There were huge plans for him, but a series of unfortunate events possibly killed off his chance of success. That was 2 weeks ago. Matt Baker, shout out to you. It bothers me so much seeing Punk on this and not in the ring. Yeah, feel your pain, bud. I really thought we were taking steps towards him returning. I think we all did. As soon as he came back and he was on this Fox show, the fact that he was involved in wrestling, the fact that it was WWE programming, the fact he would now have to be watching the program. They spoke to him when he first came back, and he said that, he'd give him that bag of money, give him an offer that he can't refuse. He's been quite open in saying that he would come back. So I don't know where we are with it. To be honest. You get the feeling that WWE have maybe got other plans. Maybe he's just not in their plans at the moment. I don't know. I can't get my head around it. You've got CM Punk right there. Just give him the money. It would be huge. I completely agree, dude. Matt Baker, shout out to you, buddy. Appreciate the support, man. Dace, do you agree with Charlotte that NXT wouldn't be NXT without Finn Balor? NXT wouldn't be NXT without Finn Balor. No, I don't agree. I think that NXT has been built on successful championship reigns. And if there was no Finn Balor, I mean, you had Samoa Joe there. If Balor hadn't have been champion, then Samoa Joe would have been champion, and Samoa Joe was champion for a short time. But yeah, there's always been talent down in NXT. They've never struggled for Nate. It's not as if like they went through a barren patch or anything. You know, you had Kevin Owens and you had Sami Zayn, and then that kind of led into the Finn Balor era. So it was Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, then it went into Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, and then it kind of went into, don't know, who did it kind of follow into then? Drew McIntyre, Andrade, kind of went into all of that, and then we had like Johnny Gargano coming through, and those are the kind of names that all spring to mind. Take Finn Balor out of that, and you've still got some talent down there. So I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that. Plus, you still had Asuka around all throughout Finn Balor's reign. I'm sure Asuka was down there. Before Asuka, you had Bayley. So you take Finn Balor out of the way, you've still got Bayley down there. You've still got Asuka down there. They've always had names. There's always been people to bring guys to NXT. Plus, it was on the network. It was on the network. It didn't really have to do much heavy lifting. It's always been the main wrestling show that people watch on the network, outside of the pay-per-views, of course. And when it comes to Raw and SmackDown, people watch those on their channels. So NXT hasn't really had much work to do until it went on to FS1. FS1 went on to USA. We're on FS1 now. Until it went on to USA. They're showing us NASCAR, I think, at the moment. I think it's NASCAR. I don't know what I'm watching. They're showing me NASCAR and they're showing me wrestling. Are we getting wrestling NASCARs? What's going on? Are we getting wrestling NASCARs? Are NASCAR's drivers going to wrestle? Are wrestlers going to drive? Are the cars wrestling? What am I watching? WrestleMania. Is WrestleMania at the Daytona? Not a clue. Tag team turmoil for the women's belts. Oh, the Daytona 500 on Sunday. The WrestleMania of the racing calendar. And there we were earlier today at Los Angeles. It was only 10 miles away. Only 10 miles from where they were. So why is Steph not in the studio? It's only 10 miles away. You're telling me Steph couldn't get into the studio? And here we can see the SoFi Stadium being built. It does look like an amazing stadium. Here we go. Stephanie McMahon. First appearance on Backstage. SoFi Stadium looks awesome in Hollywood, Inglewood. Biggest stadium in the world. You can project onto the roof. And you can project onto the top of the roof. Wow. Wow, so we're going to see some pretty impressive stuff then, because they can actually project onto that massive roof. Do you remember a few years ago they projected into the ring? Like, that's how far we've come now. A few years ago, we had the projections during Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt in the ring. Now, the roof. They just referenced John Cena and WrestleMania. So they're talking about the last time it was in Hollywood. Yes, well, it should have been this week, Renee. It should have been this week. Is that it? Oh, breaking news? No, John Cena. Oh, I thought there was more. John Cena returns to WWE Friday, February 28th. Day after Super Showdown. WrestleMania next year is just going to be a hologram. How many hours is WWE Backstage? It's normally just 1 hour. It's normally just an hour. We obviously started late because the dog god couldn't make up his mind. And then obviously we've had quite a lengthy interview with Charlotte, which I thought was really cool. Next to no interview with Steph. No interview with Steph there at all. And I don't know, I think we're going to look at the rise of Kofi Mania next or something. So, I got to be honest, I've loved the stream, but I think backstage outside of the Charlotte interview has been disappointing. I was kind of hoping for something for us to, like, I suppose the announcement of John Cena has been quite interesting, but I was kind of hoping for a bit more than that. Days, may or may I not bring a Wrestling Days sign to SmackDown? Do what you want, bud. Do what you want. We will see more worms, but this time in the sky. I tell you what, though, if you've got the Fiend coming down, imagine what you could do. Imagine what you could do if you can project onto the roof. That could be. They could do some very, very interesting stuff with that. They just need Marty Scurll to go in there, steal the Universal title, jump back to Ring of Honor. Days, who do you think John Cena's going to face at WrestleMania? I will be there live at SmackDown. Have a great time, Kevin. I don't know. I don't know if he will be at WrestleMania or not. So it's very hard to say, oh, he's going to face this person. I don't know. I would feel like John Cena should face an up-and-comer. So he should really put someone over now at his stage, you know. Who would I have him? Let me know. That's a good question for you guys. I feel like it should be an up-and-comer. I feel like someone like Aleister Black would be awesome. But obviously Aleister Black's on Raw, so I'm guessing it's going to have to be a SmackDown superstar. So who do you think on SmackDown? What up-and-comers are there? Mustafa Ali? Mustafa Ali, I think's on SmackDown, isn't he? Mustafa Ali could be really cool. Him against John Cena. Give him a big win. Matt Riddle. Oh, that's a great shout. That's a great shout. I didn't think about NXT. Matt Riddle would be very interesting. Velveteen Dream. Another NXT. The Dream versus Cena. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. But again, it's NXT. Well, we could get an NXT superstar invade SmackDown. We've obviously seen NXT stars invade Raw. We've seen Rhea Ripley, invade and interrupt Charlotte. So, yeah, why couldn't we get Matt Riddle? Or why couldn't we get Velveteen? Or Johnny Gargano? Yeah, if you think of NXT stars, the list's, like, endless. Some dream matches if you go with NXT. I think you do struggle a little bit when it comes to SmackDown, in all honesty. I like the Mustafa Ali, but I think that there's better options if you go NXT. I think you're right. Finn versus Finn Balor. Winner takes Velveteen Dream's girlfriend. I don't know who Velveteen Dream's girlfriend is at the moment. Walter versus John Cena. That would be amazing. Elias needs to get revenge. Triple H's last match. Days might be overthinking it, but The Fiend wants a monster truck and Cena is in Fast and Furious. Maybe it's a hint that we see Cena versus The Fiend. Interesting thought. The Miracle on Bourbon Street. Daniel Bryan versus Batista versus Randy Orton. Yes, WrestleMania 30. It's just a WrestleMania moment that we're looking back on. Brilliant WrestleMania moment. 54 days, that's all there is, you know. 54 days. BC3 versus Walter. It's Finn's ex-girlfriend. What, Kathy Kelly? I don't think they're seeing each other anymore, bud. Matt Baker says Cena and King Corbin, definitely. Cena shows up. Corbin is peed because he's the King match at Super Showdown or Mania. You know, they could go that way. That's a decent shout. They could do Cena versus King Corbin. And I suppose if Corbin could get a win over Cena, that'd be a big deal for King Corbin. Yeah, you might have called that, you know. I think there's way more exciting options than King Corbin. I personally would go with Velveteen Dream, or I would go with Johnny Gargano, or imagine Adam Cole against Adam Cole versus John Cena. Maybe Cole puts the NXT title on the line. Says, you know, you've never won this. You've never held this. You've done a lot, John, but you've never held this. How about I give you that opportunity? John Cena versus Adam Cole, baby. Someone's got to face Cole. Someone's got to face Cole. How about Adam Cole versus Michael Cole? Winner gets to keep the name. How about that? Michael Cole, if he loses, has to change his name. And Michael Cole is undefeated at WrestleMania. Think about that. Think about that. So before you poo-poo the idea, undefeated. We're just looking back at Kofi Mania at the moment. Days may or may not be bringing a Wrestling Day sign to SmackDown this week. Well, whatever you decide, bud. Whatever you decide. We, of course, will be watching Killer Cross versus John Cena. Adam Cole versus Britt Baker. Winner takes their dentures out. Michael Cole is the new Undertaker. He is. The streak is alive. He's 1-0. He is 1-0 right now. I personally can't wait for the Michael Cole Streak DVD to come out, which currently is just his match against Jerry the King Lawler. Michael Cole is setting up as the new Goldberg. Colorious. Like it. KSI versus King Corbin. Michael Cole is alive. He is alive. They're just talking about the impact that those SmackDown matches had. Brock Lesnar is in the 8th title reign of his career at the moment. That's an interesting little fact. So Booker teasing that he's getting emotional. Days, Cena versus Jacob. Jacob is Cena's character in Fast and Furious 9. Oh. Not sure how they'll do that. Yeah, I don't know what's happening between Booker and Renee. If I was John Moxley, I'd be keeping a close eye on this. Be keeping a very close eye on this situation. Right, we've got the hot tag. That's what we've got coming up now. I think we are sneaking towards the end of the show. Okay. Bayley versus Carmella. Who should win? Bayley. Bayley should win. Bayley versus Sasha at WrestleMania. Done. Next. Next. How many hours is backstage? It'll be done soon. Brock has been tag champs. Brock has been tag champ. Why is my brain not remembering it? I'll have a look. He is professional wrestling. He is WWE champ 5 times, Universal champ 3 times, King of the Ring 2002, Money in the Bank 2019, Royal Rumble 2003. This is probably the biggest one. 5-time Slammy Award winner. Yeah, no tag champs. They're saying, what was the better return, the VIP lounge or the dirt sheet? I think VIP lounge. Huh? What are you talking to me for? Okay, next up. Who next for Aleister Black? Mick Foley says, I think Aleister is just one major feud away from jumping up that WWE ladder. But it's got to be the right opponent. Who? I think he's knocking on the door. I'm a massive Aleister Black fan. Andrade, according to CM Punk. That's an interesting story. Zelina Vega. What would she do in that situation? That's quite interesting, isn't it? Aleister Black, Andrade, Zelina Vega. Jim Ross getting a mention. JR getting a mention. Coming up, the Women's Evolution. In what we hope is next. What does that mean? Black versus Undertaker. You're not going to get a feud out of that, though, are you? You're just going to get a one-off match. So I do understand what they're saying. You know, Aleister Black's probably just one feud away from getting to that top level. Yeah, I agree. We've been saying this on the stream that for me, he wasted 6 months sitting in that room waiting for, and I think the reason why he did that is because creative had nothing for him, which is so frustrating. They had this fantastic superstar who they could have built up, and he could be there now. He could be at that level now. You know, within that 6 months, he could have had this feud against Andrade or someone. So yeah, really frustrating. I think Andrade would be an interesting one. Maybe a series of matches. Maybe he faces The Undertaker. Maybe he faces Cena. Maybe he does a series of matches against some legends, wins them, and, you know, now he's ready. Very interesting stuff. I do like backstage and that. They do start some interesting conversations. Folks. They need to set him up as the new Streak. Yes. I'm applauding that. I agree. I see that in him. Randy Justice versus Wrestling Days in a Hell in a Cell. No holds barred. Fists wrapped. Glue dipped. Glass. And thongs. Yep. Very important you get the thongs in there. Kevin Paveo says Braun versus Cena for the IC title. Cena becomes Grand Slam champion. I like it. That's very clever, Kevin. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Grand Slam champ. Interesting. I like that. Shout out to you, Kevin Paveo. Thank you very much for your thoughts, my friend. I'm with you on that. Are we just going to forget my favourite Mania, WrestleMania 21? The ref would just stop the match. Are we about to go back? This has started to freeze a little bit now. If they play their cards right, Matt Riddle versus Black could be very interesting. I think Aleister Black kind of moved up as Matt Riddle was coming in, wasn't he? So I don't think they've ever really crossed paths. Bayley versus Carmella is Friday as well. That was originally advertised to be at Super Showdown, so I'm not sure what's happened there. But that's quite an interesting little development. And I think we're going to have a look. Hashtag give divas a chance. A timeline of how things changed. Monday Night Raw 2015. Brie Bella pinning Emma. It's nice to see Emma. The commercial breaks were longer than the diva matches. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Hashtag give divas a chance. We hear you. Keep watching, says Vince McMahon. And then, yeah, that was a key moment. This is when we got the... And it was really weird at the time when they brought them up. Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, Bayley obviously stayed down. And then we got these three teams. We got PCB, which was Paige, Charlotte, and Becky. That was one team. Then we... Sasha, Naomi, and Tamina. Hell in a Cell. That was a good match, that was. Carmella didn't really win it first of all, did she? Let's be honest. I seem to remember there was a certain James Ellsworth that got involved. The feud is done with Roman. Definitely Cena versus Corbin, says Matt Baker. First time, 35 years, the women main event WrestleMania. Imagine being a wrestler and having to walk by such an odd stage. Yes. We've got Charlotte and Paige back again. 5 years. That is amazing, isn't it? 5 years ago. Give Divas a Chance was 5 years ago. AJ Lee mention. Yeah, there's PCB. Horrible name. Oh, yes. The first name was it wasn't Submission Squad. It wasn't Submission Squad, was it? Wasn't it the Submission Sorority or something? I think it was Submission Sorority. I don't know if it was Submission Squad. And they couldn't do that for adult reasons. And so they changed it to PCB. Hurry up, backstage. I've got to go to bed. At TakeOver, the women's title match ends in a time limit draw, and then it'll be a three-way at WrestleMania. Days, how come you don't show your background anymore? Like, why the green screen? We're in a different space now. We used to be upstairs, and we used to not be able to put the green screen up. We just had the posters behind, but now we're down here. We've got the green screen behind us all the time, so it means that we can, like, tailor the backgrounds. We can do whatever we want. So it gives us a lot more freedom on the streams. So I feel like this is better. I feel like the streams are a little cleaner. AJ Lee mention. I must be a touch behind you guys. 7 more minutes. No, it's not. It's not 2 hours. I miss seeing the posters. They were cool. Yeah, they were cool. Days, what if Paige is cleared to wrestle in time for WrestleMania? Well, there was rumours that she was potentially going to come back for the Royal Rumble. So, don't know. I don't know. She says that it trended for 3 days. I mean, that's really impressive, isn't it? Trending for 3 days. That was her last match, AJ's last match. That's interesting. Paige talking about how she knew that her match with AJ against the Bellas would be cut short, so they tried to do their WrestleMania match on Raw. What do you think about Fiend and Goldberg at Super Showdown? I feel that the Fiend will win. I understand people's concerns. I do understand them. But I can only tell you what the rumours are saying, and the rumours are, I think it's Dave Meltzer that reported that as of last week, the plan was still Roman versus Fiend at WrestleMania. Now, can those plans change? Yes, as we've spoken about a few times on this stream. But as of last week, I can only tell you, what people are saying, and it was still Fiend versus Roman. Right, I think we're moving to the final segment. They normally end on the social media SmackDown, so I think we're heading that way, and then I think Backstage will finish. The reason why we did the stream was because of the Stephanie McMahon thing, and it was next to nothing. It turned out to be like a really short nothingness. But in all honesty, spending a bit of time with you guys is obviously never a chore, so I don't mind doing it. But it's just a bit of a shame that Backstage has turned out to be a bit skippable this week. Obviously, the John Cena news was interesting, but nothing more than that. Days, imagine a YouTuber like KSI being in a WWE ring. That's fine, as long as he's like guest timekeeper. What about the men's elimination chamber match if Rowan wins? Oh, Roman wins. Yeah, I think that's what we're expecting. I think we're expecting Fiend to win at Super Showdown, and we're expecting Roman to win Elimination Chamber, and I think any other result would be a surprise. It would then indicate a change in direction. So that's the way I think it's going. Friendship, love, Sunny Wolf. Shout out to Sean Reset. No to Roman at Mania, says the big guy. What is the way to defeat the Fiend, says Callum Jess. We don't know, is the answer. I think it's take off the mask. The reason why I say that is because I just wonder that if you fully expose the face and let more light into the eyes, would it startle? Would it startle the Fiend? Would he momentarily stop consuming Bray? Could it be a case that to beat the Fiend, you've just got to somehow startle the Fiend? You've got to disrupt the Fiend? I don't think there's anything that's going to disrupt the Fiend, moves-wise. I don't think there's a magic move. I just wonder if it's something like taking the mask off. We wondered if it was the red lights, but of course, no red lights on at Royal Rumble, so it can't be that. So you do automatically think, I wonder if it's taking the mask off. That's why I like Aleister Black versus The Fiend. Black mass, and the mask comes off. That's pretty sweet. XFL advert for this weekend. Days, why can't WWE put 2 good Raws and SmackDowns together? No idea. Rusty Shackle for 360 says, I'm waiting on the most important segment of the night, the Kalen Corner. Oh, I'm sure we can do that. Jesse, can we do it? Let us know. You've got to give the people what they want. When has Charlotte not just gotten handed everything last year? She became a 10-time champ. She didn't deserve it. I would rather Lana win. Wow. You booger eater. Hard hitting stuff. Take that. Wow. Hard hitting stuff. What if Goldberg beats The Fiend? Corbin wins the Chamber. It still allows Fiend versus Roman. Corbin versus the champ. Then allows Roman to win in when they restart their feud. Oh, terrifying. That was a bad promo from Charlotte. I think she knows it was a bad promo as well. She's getting hugged by Paige. There we go, and it has come to an end. Daisy, if you would become a wrestler, would your finisher would be the mark of a rose? My finisher would be running away. That would be my finisher. Yes, Jesse, is it possible? Is it possible? Backstage was great. It was alright. We've definitely seen better. We've definitely seen better. Funhouse Bray is actually a demon in disguise of a human. Wow. That's a theory. We know that it's Bray's darkness. So that's what we know so far. It's Bray's darkness. Whatever it is, occupies the... I do agree, whatever it is, be it a darkness, be it a separate demon, we know that it occupies the body of Bray. So that's why I said I don't think a special move is going to do it. It's why at the moment you would think taking the mask off would be front runner, but man, that's a whole separate conversation. I love this segment. Well, she hasn't agreed yet. If Jesse will give us a Kalen Corner, then I think people will go home happy. And that's all we want to do. We just want to spread joy. Just want to spread a little bit of joy on this Tuesday night. I say Tuesday night. It's nearly 5:15 in the morning here in the UK. There's not much Tuesday night about that. Funhouse Bray and The Fiend are separate entities, yet live within the same body. Oh, don't go down that road. Don't go down that road. Kalen Corner is cancelled, says Chris. Funhouse Bray should have a match. He's had a match. Had a match against The Miz, didn't he? Which is quite interesting. Luke friggin' Lesnar is the future of WWE. I have got no idea what you're talking about, Jesse. I don't know if that is... Is that the Kalen Corner? Because I'm really concerned. I'm more concerned than anything else. It's WWE 6 hours. No, it's finished. Literally just finished. Days, what if Daniel Bryan gets involved the Goldberg versus Fiend match in Saudi Arabia? Daniel doesn't tend to go to Saudi Arabia, does he? So I'm not expecting him to be there at all. He tends to take a stand against it, so yeah. No sexy man with the satin sheets. That's a good point. We didn't even get the satin sheets, did we? We didn't get his breaking news. We just got this John Cena's going to be on SmackDown moment. It's a bit of a shame. But it is what it is. Jesse, have you got a joke for Kalen Corner? Or is there no Kalen Corner? I mean, in all fairness, this is a freebie stream. This is a little extra stream that we don't always do. So I will let Jessie off if she's not got one of her classic jokes lined up. I think right now she's having to go through the Kalen joke book. She's like, oh, give me a sec. Are they eventually? Liv Morgan is Abigail. I like that. Sonny Wolf, Liv is not Abigail. Exoskeleton says Liv Morgan is Abigail. Jesse says, I'm way behind, but I'm sure I can give y'all something. Ah, look at this. I mean, do you know what? I'm even going to change this up here for you. I'm even going to change this to Kalen Corner. Kalen Corner. That's what the people want. That's what the people are here for. This is what the community have come to expect. Kalen Corner. Do you know what would be quite nice? If I could get lots of pictures of Jesse Kalen, and then if there's a way that I could, like, change the background over to just loads of pictures of Jesse Kalen, and then we could, like, really make it feel like Kalen's Corner. No pressure. No pressure. The last one was good. The last one was good. If you didn't see the last stream, yeah? It was so good, I can actually remember it. So, this was the Jesse Kalen joke from last time. So, Jessie said she was sat at a bar with an empty glass. You know, she'd been enjoying her evening. And she sat there and she'd just finished a drink. She was sat there, empty glass. Barman comes over. Asks, would you like another one? Takes a moment. Jessie, though, looks at the barman and says, why would I want 2 empty glasses? Oh! Which I thought was very good. Why would I want 2 empty glasses? It's how you tell them, and I need to learn how to tell them. But there we go. I enjoyed that last joke from Kalen Corner. I am secretly writing these down. So we're gonna have to go. So Chris is like, oh my God, Dave, stop it, Sonny Wolf. Come on, that's a good joke. That's a good joke. The overweight poodle trainer should be Abigail. Yeah, she should. She would. I didn't go as far as to say she was overweight, but she was struggling to keep up. She was struggling to keep up. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? We're just waiting. That's all. I just told you the last Kalen Corner joke, and all of the were overweight. Wow, I didn't say that. Not my words. Listen to Liv's new entrance music, then Abby's. It's a music box. I don't know the answer on this, but we know that entrance music was in 2K20, and a lot of people were getting in touch saying, oh, is this the new Liv Morgan music? And at the time I was saying no. I was like, it sounded very generic. It sounded like something 2K had thrown together, the kind of thing that they just weren't sure what her music was going to be, so they threw that together. And then it turned out it was her music, so I don't know what came first. For me, this is a whole chicken and the egg thing. Did the game come first, and did the game create the music, and then WWE stole it? Or is it a case that WWE made the music, it was on the back burner, they gave it to the game? I don't know what came first. I don't know. I still don't like it, to be honest. The poodle was scarier than Abigail. In the words of Paul Heyman, he's the next big thing. Days versus dog show officials. I had nothing against the dog show officials. They were just... That lady was struggling to keep up with the dog. There's no denying it. The dog was dragging the lady around at times. Jesse says they're all depending on me. Well, yes, Jesse. This is Kalen Corner. So there is only you that's able to do it. You know, take your time, love. I mean... if you've got to sub, you are the best. Shout out to Sonic EXE, who I'm guessing must be a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog and potentially the new Sonic film that's on the way. Liv will eventually be like Abigail, says Butterspark. Good night, says Dr. Rudeness. That was very polite from Dr. Rudeness. Dr. Rudeness, good night, everybody. Very polite. Shout out to you, bud. Rusty Shackelford going, Jesse, Jesse, Jesse. Chris is like, she's looking for a joke to steal. Well, I don't know, as long as it's going to be one that knocks it out the park. You got to think about the pressure that's on Jessie right now. You know, she's sat at home. She's probably drunk. And now we're like, oh, can you tell us a really good joke? That's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure to be funny. And I'm hoping to be funny myself one day. So I do understand the pressure that she's under. Dazed, have you ever gotten dazed? Yes, many times. Many, many times. Dazed, the big dog is behind you. The big dog. Dun-dun, 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 bum, bum. I'd be fine with Scotty winning the title at WrestleMania. If Scotty's going to take it, no issue with me. No issues with me. Right, here we go. Kalen Corner. Here we go. Thank you all for sticking around. We went through the dog show. We went through WWE Backstage. We've waited now for Jessie Kalen and Kalen's Corner. This is where the stream ends. Yeah? Jessie Kalen's moment. What did one toilet say to the other toilet? You look flushed. Oh, not quite at the bar level for me. Not quite at the bar level. I really feel like the bar joke set the bar. But I still appreciate the fact that you've gone out, you've found that joke. Chris isn't a fan. Chris isn't a fan, but I don't think Chris is ever a fan. Jesse, Daze says you were at home drunk. I'm not sure I said that. I'm not sure that I did say that. I'm not sure that's what I said. It's hard to know. We are the bar. We are the bar. Look, we could sit and I could keep chatting away all night, but we've all got lives to lead. And we've already done another 2-hour stream, which has absolutely flown by, which is kind of crazy considering Backstage is an hour, that we've found an extra hour of stuff to just chat about. But hey, it's just, I don't know how it happens. I don't know how it happens. We just chat. And I love it. And I love you all for it as well. So shout out to Jessie Kalen, finding a joke for Kalen's Corner. Shout out to all of you for joining us for this little cheeky extra stream, which didn't really go anywhere in regards to, I mean, we got the dog show. We'll always have the dog show. But yeah, Backstage couldn't reach the heights of Melina and Scotty and some of the wonderful things that we saw from live from Madison Square Garden tonight. So, really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. And hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow for NXT versus AEW. Or I should say NXT and AEW. Don't really like the versus thing. But they're kind of going against it. It is a Wednesday night war. There's no two ways around it. So, yeah, it is a Wednesday night raw. Rusty Shackelford, thank you very much, dude. I'll take it. We can go home happy. So Rusty Shackelford was pleased. So there we go. Thank you very much, guys. And hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow, next time. I mean, it's not really tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Bye.